Hello, everyone. Hi. I wanted to talk about a dream that I had last night, um, May 20th, 2017. Well, I don't post anything on here unless it's extreme, and I have a feeling this one is extreme as it's come. And it was quite disturbing, also. Very, very, very disturbing. I want to start off with this dream. I'm gonna go right to the dream. This is how this dream started. I was actually I was throwing a party. I remember it was a big old party I was throwing because my daughter was turning 15. She was having her quinceanera. Yeah, so I was like, okay, we're gonna throw your big 15 bash, and we're gonna invite everybody. And yeah, so we was planning her party, her birthday party, her 15th birthday party, and as we were planning her 15th birthday party, I noticed the guest list was increasing to more than what I expected. But when it was time for the actual party, so we had these tables. I don't know why the tables was all lined up like that. It was like these long table, and it fitted like a good 500 people or something. I know it's crazy, right? But that table was really long. And I'm sure they probably just connected a bunch of tables just together so they can just go a really long angle. But yeah, so I remember being at this party, and so we had all these people at the party. I mean, a lot of people I recognize and everything else, friends and family, and people I didn't even know that were also invited to the birthday party. And you will not believe who showed up at the party. Yes, Donald Trump. I was like, what is Trump doing here? Everybody was like, okay, you didn't tell us we was gonna have him at the party. I was like, I didn't even know he was coming. So he was at the party. Believe it or not, he was actually the life of the party. He was he cracked a lot of jokes. He was very funny. He was very outgoing and spontaneously. I was like, wow, this man is totally down to earth. I never expected that from him. I was like, wow, he's actually cool. And after that, he said he had a. First, I noticed. I was like, "Where's your Secret Service? I mean, shouldn't you? How are you here by yourself?" And he was like, "Well, I snuck out from them. I can't live like this. They're everywhere. They're everywhere I go. They're always there. So I had to get out. I heard about your party, so I decided to leave and come celebrate with you guys. No one would know that I'm here." I was like, "You're right about that." And so he was getting ready to leave and stuff like that, and we was like, oh, it's nice having you here, blase blase. So he was leaving, and he pulled up in this convertible car. So he was leaving. As he was leaving, I think like 10-15 minutes later, everybody turned on the news. The TV was on, and everybody was turning on the news, and they said Donald Trump was terminated. They terminated Donald Trump. I was like, what are you guys talking about? He was just here. He just left a few minutes ago. What are you talking about? And they were like, no, they sent a missile. A missile blew up his car. I was like, oh my Lord. I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. This is awful. And it was all over the news. Like the whole world was watching this. Everybody was watching this. And then I started having this really bad feeling inside of me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awful. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's about to start. And then I screamed out loud, World War III is about to begin. World War III is about to begin. I said it like 3 times. World War III, it's about to begin. Soon as I said that, I looked at everybody. Everybody started fighting with each other. You looked on the TV, the whole world was fighting. Everybody was fighting with one another. Like, you would see one side was celebrating. Literally, they were celebrating this man's death. They were happy. They were marrying. They were giving each other's gifts. I was looking like, what is this? Are these people crazy? They're celebrating of this man's death? Who does that? Who does that? And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm witnessing this. I can't believe I'm seeing this. So I'm walking around, everywhere I look, people were just celebrating, throwing pots and pans. I'm like, okay, wow, over a man's death. And then they were also announcing Mike Pence was missing. I was like, what? And they kept saying the trumpets are gone. The trumpets are gone. Who's gonna lead the country now? And then you know what? Everybody started screaming. They all started screaming, "Bring back Obama! Bring back Obama!" But I was like, what? You guys want the beast back? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, I'm in shock of this. I'm like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. These people wanted Obama back. They kept screaming. And then that's when all this broke out. War everywhere. Everybody was fighting with each other. There were people celebrating still, and there were people fighting. Like, people were just angry this man was dead. Like, it was like few people was really upset, and there were riots everywhere. I'm talking about all over the United States had a riot over this man's death. Everywhere. It was looting, riot. Nobody was safe anywhere. Nobody was safe. And then I saw military trucks started coming in. You already know what that was. Most likely martial law was getting ready to take place. And then I looked at the sky. Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot to mention how the clouds in the sky and everything looked. It was so dark and gray. It was like being in a gray movie. It was so bad. It was just so disgusting, you guys. It was horrible. You couldn't even and it was funny because the place where I was at, the people that was enjoying spending time with Donald Trump and everything, they was actually nice and everything about it. But when they found out that he died, you know, they was celebrating in my party too. These people had no shame. I'm like, you guys was just hanging out with him, just giggling and laughing with him. Now y'all celebrating this man's death. What is wrong with you people? Why are we doing this? This is wrong. You cannot be celebrating a person's death. And because of his death, I don't know why, all of a sudden, because of his death, everything broke out. Everything broke. Like, the world was out of place. Like, everything. We thought a lot of people thought it would be better that they take him out, that he no longer exists. But it was the worst thing they could do for the country, for the whole world. Because after this man's death, this whole world became a world you don't even recognize anymore. It was like living in a war zone everywhere. There was bomb everywhere, nukes everywhere. You couldn't even breathe the air anymore. Everything was desolate. There's no human, like, you cannot live there. It was just so bad. And when you run into anybody, if you run into a person, you have to hide, because you either gonna fight to death or you run for your life. No one was safe to be around. No one. It was the worst of the worst. I've never seen this world like that. It was horrible. It was a horrific sight. Bodies everywhere. This was the worst. I could not believe this dream I had. It was just awful, you guys. But yeah, that was the dream I had last night. And the reason why I'm reporting this is because this is the third or the fourth, I would have to say the fourth Donald Trump dream I have where he's being executed or terminated, something to do with his death. I don't know what these people are getting ready to do, but I guess they're gonna terminate this man. Yeah, I'm gonna report a dream that I had before that of him. The first dream I had was back in November after he won the election last year, 2016. I had a dream that someone killed him. Like, they were announcing it on the news. It was on the news. It was another news. They were announcing that Donald Trump was dead. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But as soon as that happened, I noticed I was looking at something else, a different world. The world we knew was no longer, it was just dark and smoky and dingy. It was just really, really, really bad. And I noticed that I saw myself and a bunch of other people in these armor suits. these metal armor suits. Some of them were gold, some of them were silver, but they were these big old armor suit, and we had like helmets with them and everything, and we were fighting demons. You got, when I say demons, I'm not talking about no little tiny little demons. Actually, they were tiny little ones too, but it was like our side was the good side because it was angels. We had angels on our side, and we had like big warriors, and I was one of them, and a bunch of other people was there too. I even remember one person. I think he has a YouTube page. His name was he has a YouTube page, Prophet Among Us. He was there also. He was also fighting on the good side. We were all fighting this demon, and I remember the scene. It said Armageddon. That's what it was saying. It was an Armageddon, and all these demons. You know what they look like? They look like those goblins from Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. Those evil-looking goblins. That's what they look like. They look just like that. And these demons were so big. You could, I would say, from tiny little demons all the way up to how big they were, how tall they were, all the way up to like 20 foot, 25 foot high. These demons were huge, and they were ugly. They were hideous. It was so disgusting looking into these things, but I had no fear. I was fighting these things. We were just fighting and fighting and fighting these things, and we were winning too. But yeah, I remember that. That was the first dream I had of something happening to Donald Trump. The second one I had, I was out, and I was at a friend's house, and from the dream I was dreaming, I went in the room, I went in this empty room, and I saw Donald Trump he was in a morgue, you know, these mortician places where you keep the dead body. He was in a morgue, and I saw his dead body laying on one of those death bed, those things that they lay you on, they lay your body on before they embalm you. He was laying down, and I looked at him, and he had a big old cross, bright and beaming on him. I don't know why that cross was there on his chest. It was so big and long. It was beaming on him. And then I looked and I said, "Oh my gosh, Lord, what happened to him?" It was like I was talking to a spirit, or I don't know, it was an angel or whatever. Something was speaking back to me as I was asking questions. They were talking back to me, and I asked, "What happened to him?" And he said, "They killed my bull dagger." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Your bull dagger?" Yeah, yes, they killed my bull dagger. I was like, "Oh wow, so he's your bull dagger?" He's like, "Yeah, they killed him, and now they're going to feel the wrath." I was like, wow. And that was it. And that was a quick dream that I had of that. And then I had another dream the same night. I had another dream. This happened like around, I think I had this dream around early February of this year. I didn't tell you guys this dream. Sorry. I didn't want to put this out. I don't like dreams like this. I don't like putting bad news like this, but this is, But yeah, so I had another one right after that dream. I had another one where they were, I saw, this was a quick one. I saw that Donald Trump was leaving the White House, and he was inside this car that Obama called the Beast, this limo he called the Beast. They were inside that car. Mike Pence was in there, he was in there, and other people was in there, and his wife gave him a hug, and she put something inside the limo, and it was not detectable. It was not metal detectable. And I saw the Secret Services, before they let him walk out, they were putting like a metal detector underneath the car to check to see if there's any bomb or anything undetectable. And they thought everything was clear. So they said, "Clear, everybody can go in and they can leave now." So as soon as they cleared everything and told them to go, I'm talking about all they did went like 5-10 seconds. Boom! The car exploded. I was like, whoosh! Oh my God. He exploded. He died in the car along with all Mike Pence and some other, I guess it was another president in there from another country. I don't know who it was, but they all exploded. And some other leaders that were in there. Whoosh. That was it for them. I was like, OMG. And in the dream, they kept saying, Melania, his wife, was the one that set him up. She was part of some kind of secret service. I mean, secret electing. They got her. They got to her, and I guess they told her if she did it this, they will spare her and stuff like that, and her family and stuff like that. But yeah, the car exploded, and he was gone, and that was the end of that. He was gone, and she went on. They took her underground, and she went undercover, completely missing. Like you couldn't even find her anymore. But they knew she did it. They knew it was from her. That was the third dream that I had of him. And then I had another one. What was the other one? Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was 4 of them. That was 4 of them. That was 4. Yeah, that was it right there. So, am I missing another one? Yeah, that was it. That was it. That's all the dreams I had of this man getting executed or murdered or assassinated. They always doing something to hurt him. But yeah, that was the dream I had last night, you guys. Take it to the Lord. I always say take it to the Lord. You never know. I don't know. I hope this doesn't happen, but it doesn't look very good for Donald Trump. Let's pray on this and just pray for his safety or whatever. But I don't know. This one really shook me. This one that I had last night, it really, really shook me because the world, the way they looked at after, it was awful, you guys. It was awful. I pray that everyone's ready for what is coming. Because this world that we know now, we're not going to recognize it anymore. We think we can ride it out and stuff like that. No, you can't ride this out. This ain't no world you want to be raising any children or any family. You don't even want to have a family in this world because all you're going to try to do is survive for yourself. Having other people around is just going to, make you feel like you ovulated to a lot of stuff. It's just going to be too much. We have to literally be aware of what is happening and what is to come in the near future. My daughter is turning 15 next year, 2018. She'll be 18. This party we was throwing was her King's Day, her 15th birthday. Her birthday is next year. She just turned 14 this year. Next year, April, she'll be 15. Wow. I just hope this doesn't happen like that. But if it does, let's just pray, you guys. Most likely it won't happen like that, but it'll be similar to something that will occur around that time. I'm not saying no date of anything, and I'm not claiming this is a rapture or anything like that, but we have to be prepared for what is getting ready to happen in this world. World War III. Whoosh, don't nobody want to see that. Don't nobody want to be around for that day. And afterwards, after the war, comes the so-called aliens. They're not really aliens. They're demons. That's after that. That's even worse. It's like one bad to another. It gets worse and worse and worse. It's not going to get any better until Yeshua HaMashiach comes and save us. Well, he's only going to save those that are redeemed and stuff like that. Other than that, everybody else who's going to be marked and chipped, there's no salvation for them. They only be thrown for the second death. But God bless you all. Take it to the Lord. Pray about this. Maybe the Lord will reveal something to you guys also. I love you guys. I thank you for listening. God bless you. It took a lot of me to share this dream, but I was able to share it with you guys. I hope it helps somebody. God bless you all. Love you all. In Jesus' name, amen.